Dewanna Bonner used to be Caitlin Clark's teammate. She played 9 games with the Indiana Fever last season before requesting a trade, getting waived, and signing with the Phoenix Mercury. And when she left, she did not send a single text to the teammates she was walking away from. No goodbye, no sorry this didn't work out, nothing. Sophie Cunningham called it out publicly on her own podcast months ago, saying there is a way to handle a situation like that professionally, and Bonner chose not to. So, when the Fever hosted the Mercury on Monday night, and Bonner got in Clark's face in the fourth quarter, tangling her up in the paint and sparking a technical foul explosion that brought 5 players into the chaos and ended with Myesha Hines-Allen getting ejected, this was not some random physical confrontation between 2 strangers on a basketball court. This was personal. This was a former teammate who left without a word, finding out exactly what the Indiana Fever think of how she handled her exit. And Clark and Cunningham made sure she felt every bit of it.
Clark from way outside drops a 3. Phoenix, and it turned into buckets. Clark, oh yeah! Here we go!
Indiana won 86-77. Clark dropped 24 points and 9 assists. And if you have been watching this Fever season closely, you know that what happened in that fourth quarter tells you everything about who this team is becoming. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications right now, because what we are about to break down is one of the most intense moments this league has seen all season. Let's start with the backstory, because you cannot understand Monday night without it. Bonner arrived in Indiana last season with one of the most decorated resumes in WNBA history. 2-time champion, multiple All-Star appearances, a player whose career credentials are genuinely impressive. And she lasted 9 games with the Fever before requesting a trade out of Indiana. The Fever waived her. She signed with Phoenix. And when she walked out the door, she left her teammates with silence. No text, no message. No acknowledgement that the people she had been in a locker room with even deserved a word. Cunningham addressed it directly on her podcast, and her exact words are worth knowing. She said she was still rooting for Bonner and wanted her to end her career happy. But she also said there is a way to handle these situations professionally, that you can send a text saying, sorry, this didn't work out, good luck, that there is a way to do it. And Bonner did not do it. That is the relationship these 2 teams walked onto the floor with Monday night. Not strangers. Former teammates with unfinished business and a documented grievance that Cunningham had already put on record publicly months before tip-off. Now let's talk about what actually happened on the court. Indiana led 73-54 with just under 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The game was effectively over. The Fever were cruising. And then Clark and Bonner got tangled up in the paint jockeying for position. Clark was called for a personal foul, her 4th of the night. And instead of the situation cooling down the way it should have with the game already decided, it escalated. Words were exchanged. Clark briefly followed Bonner before a referee stepped in to separate them. And then what happened next captured the entire dynamic of this Fever roster perfectly. Cunningham stepped in. She pointed directly at Bonner. Bonner pointed right back. The 2 had to be separated by officials and team personnel. And Hines-Allen, who had already been active all night doing the kind of physical energy work that does not show up in a box score, got into a confrontation with Alyssa Thomas on the very next possession. Hines-Allen was assessed her 2nd technical of the night and ejected. 5 technical fouls between both teams. 1 ejection. A 4th quarter that felt longer than it had any right to given a 19-point lead. And then Clark went to the podium and said something that should make every single person running the WNBA extremely uncomfortable.
All right, 5th of the season.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I got a technical for clapping. So, like, if we should all just go on the calendar now and pick a game that I'm going to be suspended for if I'm going to get technicals for clapping. I asked Gerda. Gerda said that I got a technical for clapping. So, if any technical should be taken away, it should be that one. If it's truly for clapping, that's what they said they gave it to me for was for clapping. So it's just ridiculous. I don't understand it at all.
Technical fouls.
I mean, I'm going to play with emotion. I'm going to play with passion. And if they're going to give me a technical foul for clapping, then so be it. That's their choice. And the league can come back and review that play. And I'd love to hear what they say of the reasoning of why I got the technical foul in that situation and why other players on their team didn't get a technical foul in that situation.
I got a technical for clapping. Let that land for a second. Caitlin Clark In a game she won by 9 points, in a confrontation she did not start, in a situation where she walked away from Bonner before a referee stepped in to separate them, got assessed her 5th technical foul of the season for clapping. And now the suspension countdown is real. 8 technical fouls triggers a mandatory 1-game suspension. Clark is at 5. 3 more and she sits. In a league where she is the reason millions of people are watching, the officiating environment is managing to put her closer to a forced absence for clapping in the direction of a player who tangled with her. The league has an opportunity to rescind that technical. Clark said it herself. She would love to hear the reasoning. So would everyone watching. Now here is the detail that makes Clark's description of the incident worth hearing directly.
I thought it was just an arm entanglement, I guess, and I thought it was fine. Like, whatever. Like, I don't think initially there was technicals handed out for that. I guess I think it was maybe the scuffle that ensued between both teams after that. Honestly, I don't remember hearing anything directly or specific words, but I don't know. I appreciate having my back. You know, it's nice to have a teammate like that that's always going to go to battle for their teammates. And
she appreciates having her back. That is Clark, describing what Cunningham did when Bonner got in her face, and the word she chose is appreciate. Not Sophie went too far or we need to stay composed. Appreciate. Because in an organization where the drama around the coaching staff and front office decisions has dominated the entire narrative of this season, having a teammate who steps in and points right back at the person who just went after your star player is not a problem. It is exactly the culture this team needs. And Cunningham's explanation of why she did it was as simple and as powerful as anything said at that post-game press conference.
I want them to be good, be their best selves, and worry about scoring the basket. And you know what? I know my role. Maisha knows her role. I think everyone on our team knows our role. And so it's just kind of who we are. It's in our DNA. You have that.
It is in our DNA. That is Sophie Cunningham explaining in one sentence what separates this version of the Indiana Fever from earlier in this season, when the drama was all internal, all pointed inward, all about what was wrong inside that locker room. The same Sophie Cunningham who went rogue against Washington to put the ball in Clark's hands. The same Sophie Cunningham who posted that Instagram meme when nobody else would. The same Sophie Cunningham who revealed she had been playing through a PRP shot in her elbow all season. When Bonner stepped to Clark on Monday night, Cunningham stepped right back. And Clark appreciated it. Now let's talk about what Bonner actually walked into on Monday night, because it is worth putting the confrontation in context of what Clark was doing to Phoenix before it happened. 6 points in the first quarter, the whole team flat, tight, settling for jumpers that would not fall, and then Clark took over. 15 points in the second quarter alone, threes from everywhere. The offense that had been completely stagnant in the first quarter suddenly looked like the most dangerous team in the building. Indiana outscored Phoenix 35-17 in that second quarter. The Fever outscored them 30-23 in the third. By the time the fourth quarter arrived and Bonner decided to get physical with Clark, Indiana led by 19 points. Bonner did not go at Clark when the game was close. She went at Clark after Clark had just taken the game away from her team and made it look easy. And here's the other part of this story that deserves to be said plainly. Bonner came into Indiana last season, played 9 games, requested a trade, got waived, signed with a rival, and never sent a text. Cunningham put it on record. There is a way to handle these situations professionally. Bonner did not. And when she showed up at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Monday night and decided the fourth quarter of a game her team was losing by 19 was the moment to get physical with Caitlin Clark, she got the full response. Clark went to the podium and called out the officiating directly. Cunningham pointed right back. Hines Allen, who Clark said she knew was going to go to battle every time, made sure Thomas felt the same energy on the next possession. The Fever won. Clark had 24 points and 9 assists. Cunningham had her back. Hines Allen had her back. And the former teammate who left without a goodbye found out on Monday night that the Indiana Fever have a very long memory. 3 more technicals and Clark misses a game. The league has a chance to take back the one she got for clapping. The question is whether they will. What do you think? Should the WNBA rescind Caitlin Clark's technical foul for clapping? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because Indiana and Phoenix face each other again Wednesday, and this is far from over. We will see you in the next one.